Hey, how's it going? Josh here from Manga with Josh, and this is episode 15 of Manga with Josh titled Lupin the Third. If you listen to episode 14, I gave you guys clues that I was talking about because I literally said, let's talk about Lupin the Third, which is the only manga I own physical volumes of. Yes, you heard that right. I own physical copies of Lupin the Third, and it is one of my most favorite mangas and animes. Let's dive in. Who created it? Well, Monkey Punch did. Kazuhiko Kato. He was born back on May 26, 1937, and he passed away April 11, 2019. So it's been done for some time, but it's still getting media to this day, which tells you something. So Lupin the Third is based off of Arsène Lupin, the Gentleman Thief, which was created by the French writer Maurice Leblanc. But he's in a Japanese manga. So it's comedy, crime, fiction, spy stories, adventures, and he's one of the most recognizable characters in Japan. And this is why. Because the original manga ran from August 10th, 1967 to May 22nd, 1969. Only 94 chapters, 14 volumes, and I have all of them. And it follows him as the grandson of Arsène Lupin, and he travels the world committing elaborate heists, which he gets pursued by his nemesis, Inspector Zenigata. And there's a couple people that is part of his crew, by the way. So you have Lupin, he's the master thief. Then he has Daisuke Jigen, which is the cool character. He's an expert marksman who uses a revolver, 44 Magnum, I believe. And he's in a suit with a tie. They're all kind of dressed up, classy, but he's in a matching suit. And he's always has his hat down and smoking a cigarette. Then you have Goemon Ishikawa XIII, a samurai swordsman who basically could cut anything. I've seen him cut a plane down. So that's his henchman. And then his love interest is Fujiko Mine. She's the femme fatale thief, sometimes a rival, most of the time his love interest, or there to screw him over. So that's the cast. You have the four-character ensemble and Inspector Zenigata, who's an Interpol inspector who's constantly chasing Lupin. He sometimes catches him, he sometimes doesn't. It's just hilarious. So that's the first manga, right? And guess what? The second manga was 1967 to 69. Was the first one, 14 volumes. Then we had Lupin the Third, New Adventures, because they had to give him more adventures, 1971 to 72. Then, so that's a short run. But Shin Lupin, 1977 to 81, 16 volumes. And it's sold not that much. You would think I gave you Case Closed, One Piece has sold hundreds of millions. Well, about 30 million, you know? It's more obscure for the manga. And that's okay because for this, it's not about the manga, it's about everything else, the media franchise. And it has about 300 chapters across all the mangas. For the anime, we have the original Part 1, which is 1971 to 1972. It's 23 episodes, and Lupin wears a green jacket. So it's normally referred to as Green Jacket. Part 2, which ran from 1977 to 1980, was the Red Jacket and had 155 episodes. Then, from 1984 to 85, you had 50 episodes and he wore a pink jacket. And then, so that's the Lupin the Third. Then, in 2012, they gave Fujiko a spin-off called The Woman Called Fujiko Mine. 13 episodes, a dark noir aesthetic anime. Only 13 episodes, like I said. Then you have Part 4. 2015 to 16. We got 26 episodes. Blue Jacket. Lupin the Third, Part 5. 2018, 24 episodes. Blue Jacket again. And Part 6, 2021 to 2022. 25 episodes. Green Jacket. So, as I mentioned, the manga ran The original volumes 67, 69, then 71, 72, then 77 to 81. But yet we're getting animes in the 2010s and even the 2020s. What's this? Well, you want to know why you're getting animes all these years later? It's because Lupin the Third is not about the manga. It's not about the anime. It's also about the films. What do I mean by the films? Well, Lupin the Third has a lot of films and TV specials. You got The Mystery of Mamo, The Castle Cagliostro, Legend of Golden Babylon, Farewell to Notre Dame, Dead Alive, Lupin the Third, the First. And Lupin the Third, the First is from 2019. So, but the main thing is, one of these movies, I don't know if you know this, The Castle of Cagliostro. Do you know who created that? Miyazaki. You know who Miyazaki is? He's a famous Japanese director, Studio Ghibli. That's his stuff. My Neighbor Totoro, Porco Rosso, all of that, Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, Howl's Moving Castle. That's all Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki. But Lupin the Third was Miyazaki's first film. So it's pretty honest in saying this. I don't feel like I'm wrong in what I'm about to say, but without Lupin the Third, there's no Studio Ghibli. And here's the thing. Lupin the Third has spawned new mangakas because it's so old. There's people that said, you know what? I was inspired by Lupin the Third. And that's what's crazy about it. You have the Detective Conan that I mentioned last episode. That's why I said it's a perfect segue. He was inspired by this, right? Miyazaki, like I said, Studio Ghibli. Isao Takahata, he's early animation staff. There's a lot of mangakas who got inspired, and Cowboy Bebop is somewhat inspired by this as well for the caper style anime. So Lupin the Third is special. But I mentioned these movies, but the thing I also mentioned are the TV specials. Beginning in 1989 with Bye Bye Lady Liberty, Lupin the Third began releasing annual television specials. There's approximately 27 TV specials spanning several decades. 27 TV specials. They're like, you know what? You guys love Lupin so much, we're going to give you annual specials for him. That's what's crazy about it. And there's OVAs. And there's crossover films. I did mention Lupin the Third and Detective Conan, the movie, 2013, right? But also, Lupin the Third actually in 2023 released a film on Amazon Prime where Lupin and Cat's Eye are in the same word. Who's Cat's Eye? Well, Cat's Eye is a trio of female thieves. But the reason why this is a big thing is because Cat's Eye are in the same universe as City Hunter, which is the same universe as Angel Heart and Angel Heart 2. But City Hunter is another great manga that I'll talk about. You know what? I'll do that next week. That's next episode. City Hunter. But here's a little thing about City Hunter. It had a movie with Jackie Chan playing the main character. Yes, the Jackie Chan. The movie, not so great. But still, that's how prominent City Hunter is. And they crossed with Lupin the Third. Also, when I was in Japan, I almost bought a City Hunter model kit, but it was only one piece. And they didn't have all the other pieces. But that's a little side note to get you excited for next week's episode. So, you know about Lupin, about these OVAs. And it's just, he's raunchy, especially in the manga, he's raunchy. In the anime, they tone it down, but he's still a horn dog. But it's just something you won't see from modern anime or manga, because it wouldn't pass for something. In the new movies and shows, it's actually toned down. And guess what? They had a Jigen special on Amazon, things like that. So they're still doing it. But it's like, honestly, you can pick this anime up at any point, because guess what? It's not really episodic. Each episode lives in its own little world. You just have to know the four main cast, which they show you when they come in. They have like a text line showing Daisuke Jigen, and they show him doing something cool, whatever. Or Goemon. So, if you want to start this off modern, you could start with the 2015, the part 4. Honestly, I would say if you're going to start this in today's day and age, skip the manga, watch Lupin the Third, the first. It's 3D animation, so it's modern. The story is actually wonderful, and it holds up. I've watched it multiple times. I've shown friends that movie, and they've loved it, even though they never watched Lupin the Third before. And if you want to watch the anime, I say start with the Red Jacket because it's longer, and then see if you like green after that. And there's also a Lupin the Third movie, Red versus Green. It's hilarious. Honestly, if you want comedy, if you want some capers, like Ocean's 11, stuff like that, that's what Lupin the Third is for you. Take a watch and let me know what you think. And like I said, it's well known because they did all those specials. And now you know about it. And that's what Manga with Josh here is to do. We tell you, hey, this is something you may have never heard of it. And like most, unless you grew up during my time and saw it at night on Adult Swim, you probably never even heard Lupin the Third. But now you know, so take a watch. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Later.